Hello, and welcome to Daily Pulse, where we bring you the latest news and important stories from around the world. Today, we have a tragic story that has shaken the community of Farmington, New Mexico, and sparked renewed discussions on gun control in the United States. An 18-year-old high school student legally purchased an assault-style rifle and went on a shooting spree, leaving 3 elderly women dead. This heartbreaking incident has raised questions about firearm accessibility, mental health, and community safety. We'll provide a detailed account of what happened, hear from witnesses and authorities, and discuss the broader implications of this tragedy. Stay with us as we dive deep into this developing story. The quiet community of Farmington, New Mexico, was shattered by an act of violence that left 3 people dead and several others injured. Authorities have identified the suspect as an 18-year-old high school student who legally purchased an assault-style rifle just days before the incident. The victims, 3 elderly women, were tragically caught in the line of fire as the shooter opened fire indiscriminately in a residential neighborhood. Their names are, and they are remembered as beloved members of the community. According to police reports, the shooting began around in the. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic, with gunshots echoing through the streets as residents ran for cover. Local law enforcement responded swiftly, engaging the shooter and ultimately neutralizing the threat. The police chief commended the quick actions of the officers, stating that their bravery prevented further loss of life. Police chief, this was a senseless act of violence that has deeply impacted our community. Our hearts go out to the victims' families, and we will continue to support them through this difficult time. We are committed to conducting a thorough investigation to understand the motive behind this tragedy. Eyewitness: when I heard loud pops, and at first, I thought it was fireworks. But then I saw people running and screaming. It was terrifying. I grabbed my kids and hid inside the house. Eyewitness 2: it's heartbreaking. This is a quiet neighborhood, and you never expect something like this to happen here. Those women were just going about their day, and now they're gone. In the aftermath of the shooting, the community has come together to mourn the victims and support the grieving families. A vigil was held at where friends, neighbors, and local leaders gathered to pay their respects. Many expressed their shock and sadness, questioning how such violence could occur in their tight-knit community. Counseling services had been made available to residents affected by the tragedy. This incident has reignited a national debate on gun control and firearm accessibility, particularly for young individuals. The shooter legally purchased the assault-style rifle despite being just 18 years old. This has raised concerns about current gun laws and the ease with which teenagers can access high-powered firearms. Gun control advocates argue that stricter background checks and age restrictions are necessary to prevent such tragedies. However, opponents emphasize Second Amendment rights and the need to focus on mental health solutions. Political leader: this tragedy underscores the urgent need for common-sense gun reform. We must take action to close loopholes and ensure that dangerous weapons don't fall into the wrong hands. As the investigation continues, authorities are also looking into the shooter's background and mental health history. According to classmates and neighbors, the suspect exhibited signs of isolation and emotional distress in the weeks leading up to the shooting. This has raised questions about the availability of mental health resources and the role of social media in influencing violent behavior. Experts emphasize the importance of early intervention and community support systems to identify and assist individuals at risk of violence. Psychologists: it's crucial to recognize the warning signs of emotional distress and provide the necessary support before a crisis occurs. Schools, families, and communities must work together to create a safe environment and reduce the stigma surrounding mental health issues. This tragedy has reignited a national conversation about gun laws, mental health, and public safety. Lawmakers are already proposing new legislation to address the accessibility of firearms to young adults. Community leaders are calling for enhanced mental health services and preventive measures to identify at-risk individuals. However, the debate remains polarized, with strong opinions on both sides of the issue. The question remains: how do we strike a balance between protecting public safety and preserving constitutional rights? Meanwhile, communities across the country are coming together to demand change and support the victims' families. Peaceful protests, vigils, and fundraisers have been organized in honor of those who lost their lives. The shooting has left a deep impact, not only on Farmington but on the entire nation, as families, educators, and lawmakers grapple with how to prevent future tragedies. And for our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families and everyone affected by this tragic event. This is a stark reminder of the urgent need to address gun violence and mental health in our society. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on gun control and mental health support? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching Daily Pulse. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth news coverage and important stories that matter. Click the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Stay safe, take care of each other, and we'll see you in the next one.